Hello, listener. I am the Deep Voice Guy, and today I'll be reading to you the second installment of The Shattered Crown, entitled The Shadow's Gambit, Part 1, Clash of the Broken Crown. The ruins of Skyforge trembled as King Chalor stepped forward, his black armor swirling with tendrils of shadow. In his hand, he held a jagged piece of the shattered crown, pulsing with dark energy. "You are but a child, unworthy of such power," Chalor sneered, his crimson eyes locking onto Darien. "Surrender your shards, and I may yet grant you mercy." Darien's heart pounded. He gripped his own pieces of the crown, feeling their warmth. The relic responded to him. Why? Kayla edged closer, whispering, "He's stalling. The longer we wait, the more his power grows." With a nod, Darien hurled one of the crown's shards toward the celestial anvil. The moment it touched the enchanted metal, a pillar of light erupted from the forge, sending ripples of golden energy across the ruins. Chalor roared, his form flickered like a dying flame. "Fools! You think you can restore what was lost? The throne was broken for a reason." He lunged, his blade sweeping toward Darien in a blur of darkness. Part 2. The Guardian's Awakening. Kayla intercepted the strike, her twin daggers locking against Chalor's cursed steel. "Darien, the last piece! Finish it!" she shouted, straining against the force of the Shadow Tyrant. Darien sprinted to the anvil, clutching the final shard, but before he could place it, the ground cracked open, and from the abyss rose a monstrous entity, an amalgamation of shadows and bone. The Ebon Warden, Chalor's eternal guardian. The beast lunged at Darien, its skeletal maw snapping. Desperate, he raised the crown fragment, and just as before, the artifact reacted. The beast halted, its glowing eyes flickered with recognition. A memory, not his own, flashed in Darien's mind. The true king of Arendor once controlled the Warden, binding it to the crown's will. If Darien was meant to restore it, he could command it too. Taking a deep breath, he stepped forward. "You are bound to the crown, not him," he declared, his voice steady and desperate, the terror clawing at his chest. "Serve its true bearer." The Warden hesitated. Then, with a guttural growl, it turned on Chalor. Part 3. The Tide Turns. The Shadow Tyrant barely had time to react before his own guardian struck. The Warden's claws raked through his form, dispersing his shadowy armor like mist. Chalor shrieked, staggering back. Kayla took the opportunity to drive her dagger into his shoulder, twisting with precision. "You talk too much," she hissed. With his power waning, Chalor made one last desperate move. He threw his corrupted shard of the crown into the forge, hoping to taint its magic forever. But Darien was faster. He slammed his final piece into the anvil, and with a flash of celestial fire, the shattered crown became whole once more. Light exploded outward, banishing the darkness. Chalor let out one final scream before his form disintegrated, carried away like smoke in the wind. Silence followed. The Warden lowered its head in acknowledgement, before vanishing into the ether. Kayla exhaled sharply, clutching her side. "So, did we just win?" Darien picked up the restored crown, its golden light still flickering. He didn't feel like a king, but as he placed it upon his head, an ancient voice whispered in his mind, "The true test has only begun." To be continued.